please, ma'am. And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth in Johnson City on this Wednesday. Where am I? I don't know. On this Wednesday, again, the 18th day of January 2023. Thank you for being with us. Busy show today. Got lots going on, lots to talk about. Going to be joined by Michael McMeans, the head basketball coach of the 10th-ranked Tennessee High boys team. He'll join us coming up at the bottom of the hour. Also, Greg Salyer talking Major League Baseball. Got lots going on if you're a Red Sox fan, if you're a Marlins fan, if you're a Cubs fan, the Brewers, the Rockies. A lot of guys making some moves right now. A lot of teams, I should say, making some moves. Some guys. Spring training coming up about 3 weeks out, I think. I have to check the calendar. It's not that far away. Then also going to be joined by Lucas Andrews. Picked up his 100th win last night. His head basketball coach at Elizabeth and Lady Cyclones. What a night. 79-34 beat a very good Tennessee I team by 45 points last night. So we'll talk to Andrews picking up his 100th victory. A couple of birthdays today. Happy birthday to, Dances with Wolves, the Bodyguard. Of course, now he's in Yellowstone. Kevin Costner having a birthday today, 68. And also our superintendent of Elizabethton City Schools, Mr. Van Huss, is a birthday boy today. So happy birthday to Richard Van Huss. He is having a birthday today. So there you go. And now I'm good. If I spill it, I'll spill it. God bless you. My little buddy, Miss Lori, thank you. You're wonderful. Yeah, Costner, 68. And again, having a birthday, Richard Van Huss, our superintendent of Elizabethton City Schools, is a birthday boy as well. Big night last night in high school basketball, big night in college basketball. Tennessee gets a big W. We'll talk about that after the break. Let's do the national anthem as we always do. Let's bring her in. How about Loretta Bowers? National anthem time from Loretta Bowers here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Take a look at Tennessee basketball last night. Big Orange got a big win. Ziegler with, 24, is that right, over Mississippi State. Again, 24 points, made 8 out of 9 three-pointers in the second half. Number 9, Tennessee, able to pull away from Mississippi State in Starkville, 70-59. The ball's now 5-3 overall and 5-1 in the Southeastern Conference. Mississippi State falls to 12-6 and 1-5 in league play. Who else helped out with the Tennessee winning calls? Phillips had 18 points and 11 rebounds. That would be Julian Phillips, of course. Then Josiah Jordan James finished with 13 points. Tennessee shooting 45% from the field and 42% from three-point line. Wow. And also Tennessee shot well from the free throw line, 14 out of 15. Vols now go to LSU on Saturday, win big last night, 70-59 on the road at Mississippi State. Tennessee again now 5-1 in the Southeastern Conference. and 15-3 overall. Last night, 3 upsets in college basketball. 13th ranked Kansas takes down 2nd ranked Kansas. The Jayhawks go down in overtime, 83-82. Also, Iowa State, 12th ranked, knocks off 7th ranked Texas by 11, 78-67. And Wake Forest stopping 19th ranked Clemson by 10, 87-77. Other winners, top ranked Houston, no problem, a 20-point win over the Tulane Green Wave. Not sure about Houston's schedule. Doesn't look like to me they play a lot of tough competition. Tulane, I don't think, would be considered a basketball powerhouse by any stretch of the imagination. So, again, Houston wins by 20. Also, 4th-ranked Alabama, a 12-point winner over Vanderbilt. And 21st-ranked Baylor, a 7-point win over the Texas Tech Red Raiders in men's top 25 college basketball. Who's playing tonight? Got a game involving ranked teams. 22nd-ranked Providence will be at number 20 Marquette tonight. 15th-ranked UConn at Seton Hall. 16th-ranked Auburn will be in LSU to battle the Tigers. Tennessee will be there on Saturday. Auburn's there tonight. The Hokies of Virginia Tech, they travel to Charlottesville, take on the 10th-ranked Virginia Cavaliers tonight in a big state rivalry. Hokies and the Cavaliers. 14th-ranked TCU, the Horned Frogs in Morgantown at the Coliseum to take on West Virginia tonight. 8th-ranked Xavier at DePaul. And 25th-ranked Arkansas will be at Missouri in men's top 25 college basketball. That's what's going on there, again, on this Wednesday. How about some tennis? We don't talk a lot about tennis here, but Rafael Nadal, bowed his head during changeovers and rested his elbows and his knees. In trouble, got hurt, knocked out. The defending champion, the number 1 seed, injured his left hip and lost to Mackenzie McDonald, who is the 65th ranked player in the country. 6-4, 6-4, 7-5 in the second round. Abruptly ending his attempt for a record-extending 23rd Grand Slam trophy. It's not going to happen. He got eliminated. So he tweaked his hip, had to leave the court for medical treatment, came back, and just was not the same and got beat. So Rafael Nadal is gone as the defending champ and the number 1 seed in the world in men's tennis. So tough exit for him, and he was hurt and got hurt. And so he will, again, move on to the next round of the next event that he'll go into, but he's not going to finish with the Australian Open because he got hurt and he's out. So we don't talk a lot about tennis here, but that's one that we talk about, tennis. Michael McMeans joins us bottom of the hour, head basketball coach of the 10th-ranked Tennessee High boys basketball team. We saw him last night. Came from behind to beat Elizabethton 64-59 in that ball game. So we'll check in with Michael. So, man, I got to start getting you on the show. He said, I'd love to be on your show. I said, okay. So we'll have him on the show. So we'll have more of a Bristol, Tennessee presence on the show, which is great. Also later on, Greg Salyer, top of the hour, and his mother's coming. We get to meet Ev. Ev's coming. So it's pretty cool. She's going to make a cameo. I have a presentation of sorts to give her when she gets here. The elusive sweatshirt I promised I'd have her made with Tom Taylor Sports on it. She's going to get it, so we'll make that presentation coming up here in a little while when she shows. And also, Lucas Andrews joins us coming up the bottom of the hour. Again, bringing him back on because he got his 100th win last night as a head basketball coach at Elizabethton High School with a 45-point win last night over Tennessee High, which is a Kendall Cross, good basketball player. She's the little point guard. She can play, and so the Lady Cyclones last night, 13 threes last night. I mean, they were ripping them. And here's the thing. And I think you know this if you play basketball, but if you haven't, the depth perception in a gym, if you're used to shooting in a smaller gym, as everybody is because nobody except Tennessee High plays in a big cavernous place like Viking Hall. So, I'll take that back. Dobbin's been to the Buck Panel Stomach, except they're not there now. They're at the old Sullivan North High School, which is more a traditional gym. So the point of all this is when you go to a big gym like that, and you have to learn to shoot with a depth perception with an open area behind the backboard, like it is at Viking Hall, it can be very problematic for somebody trying to shoot that's not used to it. Point being, Lady Cyclones obviously had no problem shooting it last night as they lit them up for 13 threes and won it going away by 45 points. In fact, I think the second string and in some cases third string played probably the last 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter and some of the fourth quarter too. So it was a great, which is good too for any team that get their youngsters off the bench into the game. It motivates them to come to practice and work harder again every day because they're getting a chance to play. And then on top of that, they're getting a valuable playing experience. So anyway, we'll talk to Lucas coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at high school basketball. It was busy last night, as it always is on Tuesdays and on Fridays. So we'll take a look, see what's going on right after this timeout. We are live. We're on the road, as we are. We are here again at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. We'll take a break, come right back after this from the good folks at Physical Therapy Services and our buddy, Dr. Aaron Contreras. Dr. Kaiser from Physical Therapy Services, what's been going on?
We've been treating a lot of people. We've had surgeries. This is the time of year when you have a lot of traumas from like falls and stuff because of the ice. So like proximal humerus fractures. Oh, we've been getting like 2 and 3 a week.
Really?
Yep.
Folks slipping on the ice?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they start slipping and then they fall out on that outstretched hand and they break that humerus. It's pretty common.
Yep. So been working on that. Been helping some athletes. Tell me about that.
Yep. We've had several athletes, they get tired. It's the middle of the season. They took their Christmas break, and now they're coming back. And plus just all that wear and tear from the conditioning and stuff. So we've had 2 ankle avulsion fractures. We're treating some Milligan athletes as well and dealing with that. It's that, push them and get them through the end of the season kind of thing.
It's wintertime. A lot of folks have migraines, have headaches. You treat headaches and migraines, don't you?
We do. Yep. There's a ton of different kinds of headaches that it could possibly be. It could come from multiple different things, but we're pretty good about assessing and figuring out what it is and treating that issue so that you don't have any more headaches. Yeah.
Things that you do, most folks don't realize you do at Physical Therapy Services.
Okay. Well, we do dry needling, which people are like, oh, that's acupuncture. It's not acupuncture. Actually, we use the same needles. We use the same research, but dry needling is a little different technique. It like goes in the muscles, it goes to the bones and that kind of thing. It helps increase circulation, and it can kind of help do some of that take away some of that mechanical pain as well. We also have laser therapy. It's a class 4 laser. We've been seeing really good research or results with the chemotherapy, neuropathy that people get. Some people get some benefit with diabetic neuropathy, so we've been doing laser. Oh goodness, we have traction machines. We have the Alter G, which is an anti-gravity treadmill, and it allows us to offload the bones and the body. We have a lot of cool tools down there. We just tell people to come on down and see what we got.
Social media, how do we find you?
We have 2 different Facebook pages, one for the ortho clinic that's down beside of the VFW, and then we have another one for the Peds clinic that's in the medical care building on the same side as Waffle House. And then otherwise, you can either see me at a ball game or you can call us.
And that phone number is?
423-543-0073.
Dr. Aaron Kaiser and the great folks again at Physical Therapy Services, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Save half off or more throughout the store. Plus, get it now and you don't have to wait. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more. Plus 0% interest financing so you can pay it later. Now through Saturday at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's take a look at some high school basketball. We'll jump all over the place and get these all covered in, but let's do it. We'll start in Kingsport. Dobyns-Bennett over Crockett last night, 74-59. Brady Stump, 23 points for Dobyns-Bennett. Jonathan Gillespie had 17 for the Victorious Indians. Girls game, Crockett led throughout, wins at 49-41 over the Lady Indians last night. Again, that was happening at, Dobyns-Bennett, or in this case, at the Tribe Athletic Complex. Let me give you, Brody McGuire had 20 to lead Crockett in losing calls. In the girls game, Briley Tulloch, 20 points for the Pioneers. Elias Story, hope I'm saying her name right, had 15. Dobyns-Bennett got 14 from Hannah Fry. And then Caroline Hill scored 10 for the Lady Indians as well. So that's what happened there. All right. Then you go to Johnson City. Westridge's Sawyer Tate stole the basketball with 3 seconds left, raced to the other end of the floor, made a layup. Westridge beating Science Hill 52-50. That was his only 2 points of the game, the most important 2 he had, the only 2. First victory over the Johnson City team for Westridge in program history. So they continue to play well at Westridge. We'll see them Friday night. John Dyer's first win at Science Hill in 21 years. How about that? So, of course, he's the head coach, longtime coach at Sullivan East, now the head coach at Westridge. So, big win last night for Westridge. We'll see them coming up on Friday night. They'll be at our place for homecoming with the Cyclones on Friday night. So, they win that ball game, and the ladies won. As we said, Science Hills ladies prevailed in that game last night as well. Let's go to, again, obviously we're using as a reference point the Johnson City Press. So, here we go. Science Hills ladies win 47-38. Anaya Pace back. Again, she has been hurt, so she has been back, and that's good to see for Science Hills ladies. Lexi Green and Catherine Patton each finished with 12 to lead Science Hill. Rachel Niebrigge had 14 to lead Westridge. So that was a big win last night. Science Hills girls come off the mat and win, and so they now go to 8-13 and 1-2 on the season. Westridge's ladies go to 10-11 and 2-2. We'll see them Friday night as well as part of the basketball homecoming coming up Friday night at the John Treadway Gymnasium. We are live again. Hello, thanks for being with us on this Wednesday. We're live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Big upset last night, I think it is anyway. University High beating Unicoi County at Brooks Gym at East Tennessee State. UH improving to 13-5. Blue Devils fall to 16-6. A.J. Murphy, 18 points to lead University High. For Unicoi County, Grant Hensley, 25. Eli Johnson added 11. Went over 1,000 points in his career, which is very cool. That's a big award, and deservedly so for that young man. So, big win last night for University High at home, and an upset, at least I think it's an upset, over the visiting Unicoi County Blue Devils. Hampton blows out Happy Valley 78-29. Caden Buckles went over 1,000 points in his career last night at Hampton with 28 points. Hayden Campbell added 10 for the Bulldogs. Austin Nichols and Dakota Grindstaff each had 9 points in losing cause for Happy Valley. Then you have Sullivan East defeating Volunteer by 20 at Sullivan East. Again, Drake Fisher, 34 points this time. He continues to light them up. So his teammate Corbin Lejeune had 21. For Volunteer, Andrew Canitto had a big night, 29 points. Braden Minton added 18, and Jolton Harrison added 12. But East wins by 20 at home. I would think that would be an upset of sorts, I guess. Sullivan East 81-61 over the visiting Volunteer Falcons. Of course, our game, Tennessee High, again, it was Cyclones leading for the betterment of the game. But Creed Music caught fire down the stretch. He scored 22 points, went 14 for 14 with the free throw line. They win it 64-59. Dalton Mitchell paced the Cyclones with 13 points, along with Nate Stevens. Mason Ball added 12, and Andrew Barnett, our player of the game, had 11. He and Dalton Mitchell were our Port Travis Deli players of the game last night in a losing cause. West Green, Ethan Turner, buzzer beater. West Green beats Johnson County in Mountain City 60-59. Johnson County down by 18 before taking its only lead on a Connor Pierce bucket with 7 seconds to go. Turner, 26 points for the Buffaloes. Got 20 from Leighton Fry. Longhorns were paced by Skylar Lawson with 15 points. And Connor Simcox netted 12 for West Green and Johnson County last night. Then you rolled into the girls' side of things, as we told you. Lightning, Lena Lyon, 22 points. Renner Lane, 19. Cyclones made 13 threes. They blow out Tennessee High by 45 points, 79-34. Kendall Cross, 17 on losing calls for Tennessee High. Olivia Holly had 11. Lady Cyclones go to 17-4, and again, fourth in the state right now in girls high school basketball. Volunteer with a big win of 22 points over Sullivan East last night. Veda Barton, 24 for Volunteer. Sullivan East had 17 points by Jenna Hare last night in the losing calls. Happy Valley and Hampton. Hampton's ladies, they roll by 41 points. Lady Bulldogs drained 9 3-pointers. 4 players in double digits. Macy Henry, 15 points. Piper Hale and Maddie, 15. And Lindsey Jenkins had 13 for Hampton in the winning calls. Katie Bailey had 18. And Marcidia Moore had 10 on the losing calls for for Happy Valley. Then Unicoi County's ladies over University High, 59-13. Faith Bennett scored 17 to help the Lady Blue Devils to the victory. Jocelyn Metcalf added 12, and Allie Lingerfeld had 11 for Unicoi County, and a winning calls there for that team. All right, you look over to Virginia, see what's happening there in the high school basketball last night. It was Gate City defeating Union 52-50. Gunnar Garrett, 20 points. Eli McMurray, 17 for Gate City. Central beat John Battle 78-71. 32 points from Ethan Collins from Central. Battle got 28 from Gavin Ratliff. So got some guys lighting them up. Twin Springs beat Eastside by 4 last night in boys basketball. This is a reference again to Kingsport Times News. The girls, Michaela Bays, that's Coach Bays' daughter, the volleyball coach of Milligan. She had 16 as Gate City beat Union by 12 last night. Jaden Carrico had 14 and Addie Gibson 13 for Gate City, who are now 11-2 on the season in girls basketball. And Central's ladies beat John Battle's ladies by 25 last night. Emma McCamus led the way with 23 points in that win. And then Eastside's ladies beat Twin Springs ladies by 14 last night in girls high school basketball. And one more, Ridgeview over Abington's Lady Falcons by 15 last night in girls high school basketball. So busy night last night in hoops around the area, obviously. And so let's see, we got usually sometimes church night. They shouldn't be playing, but sometimes we play on church night. Let's see. Anything on the girls? Nope, nothing happening. Let's run down the polls are out. We talked about this yesterday at Phil's Dream Pit. Let's run them down for you again today. In boys basketball, in the statewide polls, the top team in the state is the William Blount Governors out of East Tennessee, which is great to see. 19-3. They were 4th last week, up to number 1 now. Then comes Bartlett, Germantown, Independence, Hillsboro, Memphis East, Hardin Valley, Gallatin, Cleveland, and Whitehaven are your top 10 there. In 3A basketball, it goes like this. We saw the 10th-ranked team last night. We're going to talk to the coach coming up next. Livingston Academy, number 1. Crockett County, number 2. Haywood County, number 3. Lawrence County, currently 4th in 3A basketball for the guys. Then comes Stone Memorial, Melrose, Knox Fulton, Obion County, Fayette Ware, and Tennessee High at number 10 in the state in boys basketball. Again, we'll talk to Coach McMeans coming up here in just a few minutes. In 2A basketball, it goes like this. East Nashville, number 1. Fairview, number 2. Chucky Doak, the Black Knights, number 3 in the state. Milan, 4th. Douglas, 5th. Kingston, 6th. Then comes Cascade, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Cheatham County, Tyler Academy, and Power Center are your top 10 in boys 2A basketball. Then in single A, we had him on the show yesterday, Coach Smith, the Hampton Bulldog head coach. They're 5th in the state. They showed you why last night. Big win over Happy Valley. Middleton, Clay County, Richland, East Robertson, and Hampton in that order. Then comes Eagleville, Gordonsville, McKenzie, North Green at number 9 in the state from our area, and Pickett County rounding out the top 10. There you go. That's on the boys' side. Let's go to the girls' side. It's interesting. Let's go to the girls' side. Top 10 of the state in 4A basketball. You go Knox Bearden, Bradley Central, Coffee County, Blackman, Heritage, and Cookeville. Then Stewart's Creek, Rockville, Arlington, and Gallatin, your top 10 in 4A girls hoops. On the 3A poll, goes like this. Jackson Southside, Upperman, Creekwood, Elizabethton at number 4 in the state. White County, Livingston Academy, Greenville number 7 in the state. Dyer County, Cumberland County, and Crockett County, your top 10 in 3A. In 2A basketball, it goes like this. Westview, York Institute, Alcoa, number 3. Gibson County, Huntington, Gatlinburg, Pittman, number 6. Summertown, Cheatham County, McMahon Central, and Community. That's your 2A. And then in single A basketball, Wayne County, number 1. The Lady Bulldogs of Hampton, number 2 in the state. Then comes McKenzie, Clark Range, Clay County, Dresden, Richland, Pickett County, Houston County, and McEwen. Why do you read those every week, Tom? Because folks want to know who's top 10 in the state, and it, some may know somebody in some of those teams or basketball communities, what have you. So why would you not read them? It's a sports show. All right, take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk to Michael McMeans, head basketball coach at Tennessee High. He joins us coming up. We are live on the road at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Tomorrow, Lingerfeld Drug Center. Then Friday, we'll be at Food City in Elizabethton on the Food City Friday. We'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this from the good folks from Carter County Bank. You're watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show, number 1779, today on this 18th day of January, live from Chick-fil-A in Johnson City.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Well, in our office, we understand that there are a lot of patients out there that have dental phobias. And here we try to provide a warm, caring environment for our patients where the patients get the highest level dental care possible, at the same time receiving it in a warm environment where they feel comfortable, receiving that care.
Things you offer.
We offer dentistry for the whole family, from the little ones all the way up to grandparents. We provide cleanings, we provide fillings, crowns, bridges, cosmetic dentistry. We restore implants. We try to provide excellent dental care for the whole family.
Hi, my name is Brian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is you can taste the different types of cheeses and the blends that they use, and everything just comes together. It's like a delicate dance. They're like perfection in every bite.
Back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show, we are live. We get a Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on this Wednesday. Again, happy birthday. The only guy we know is having a birthday, Kevin Costner, big guy having a birthday today. Of course, Yellowstone, Dancing with Wolves, Bodyguard, and we'll leave some of these movies out. But again, Costner having a birthday today, 68 years old. Let's go to the phone. He's here, Michael McMeans, who is not 68 years old. He's the head coach of the Tennessee High boys basketball team. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for checking in with us, and we want to get you on a regular basis promoting the Tennessee High guys. We saw you last night. You play hard. Creed Music, you put him at the foul line, and the money man answered. I had him 14 for 14 at the free throw line, and so he was the difference in the game. Big win for you guys last night over Elizabeth, and tell us about it.
He was. He does a good job of attacking and getting around the baskets. We weren't making outside shots last night, which is something we typically do, so we kind of got in trouble. And I mean, you've seen the score was we didn't score for a long time there in the first quarter, and it's 6-6 at the end. So we were kind of struggled shooting the ball. And Creed's one of those guys that's just kind of special. He's just going to find a way to make plays, and he don't force things. He just goes and gets offensive rebounds, tries to get putbacks. He drives and attacks the defense, and that's what we're not making shots. That's what you have to do. But his credit to Elizabeth, and last night they played their zone really well against us, and zone's a great thing when the other team's not making shots. It makes it really, really hard, and they did a good job of slowing the game down. But we're proud of our kids. I mean, we're getting everybody's best shot right now, which is what you would expect. I mean, I told our kids that everybody's trying to win the conference, and it's a battle, and this conference has always been that way ever since I've played in it. So it's night in and night out, you got to be ready, and it's good to have a kid like Creed that it don't matter what you do, he's just going to always play hard. He's always going to be aggressive, and he stepped up big and made those free throws when we really needed them last night.
Oh, absolutely. In my opinion, he was the difference of the game. Like, he made 14-14 on the line, and that's incredibly cool to make those kind of finish with 22 and 14 from the free throw line. So, yeah, it was a great game last night. Again, very competitive. The league is nuts. You look at last night, East beats Volunteer. You see Unicoi County go to University High and get beat. And, of course, the game last night, as we called it, was a dogfight. So this Upper Lakes Conference, man, it's a battle every night, isn't it?
It's insane. I mean, there's no nights off, and but I think it's a credit to a lot of these coaches around. Everybody seems to play a pretty good schedule, and you've got really good coaches in this league that they do a good job of scouting you. They, we're all really competitive. We all get along really well too, which is a good thing. But we want to beat each other on the floor, so that's. It's just a competitive league, and people just play extremely hard. And, that's a good thing for us, because you want to be tested and with teams that have hopes of getting down the road and playing in region tournaments and playing hopefully in sub-state games. I mean, you want to play good competition. You want to play against good coaches. And, I think our league is the best league around. And I think it's been that way for a while. I think it's top to bottom. There's never going to be a night off. And, people pick conference rankings, and, coaches pick them, media members pick them, but it never falls that way in this league, and anybody can beat anybody. So it's if you're a fan, I would think it would be fun to come watch these teams play.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, or rather Friday night, the league looks like this. East will be at Unicoi County. You'll get a chance to enjoy last night's win for a little while. Then you have to go to Volunteer Friday night. Elizabethton's odd man out this week in the 5-team league. We'll be at home against Westridge, which is no walk in the park. They're a good basketball team, too. So you look at the standings. Unicoi County 2-1, Tennessee High 2-1, Sullivan East 2-1, Volunteer 1-2, and Elizabethton currently in the cellar 1-3, and all that can change, of course, very quickly. Coach, I talked about this earlier in the show before I got you on air about the depth perception. A typical gym, you have that backdrop. In the Viking Hall, you don't have that backdrop, and it can be problematic for teams to come in and try and shoot because of the depth perception. It's just not the same. You played it, you coach it. Explain that to folks out there that it's different to come in and shoot in Viking Hall versus a regular gym.
It is. It's a bigger arena than what most people are used to playing in. We have the Arby's Classic, obviously, and we had a team come out of New York last year, Long Island Lutheran, that came in and they won the thing here, and they were nationally ranked in the top 10 all year, and their coaches were telling us, and their players would come over and talk to us that, it's the biggest gym they play in all year. We got college coaches that sit over there and say this is bigger than what we have at our colleges, and so it is. It's just different. And it affects our kids sometimes. It's just not something you're used to playing in, and it seems like it can change. I thought Elizabethton did a really good job of shooting the ball last night. They made some tough shots. So I obviously give them credit. We like to think it's a home court advantage for us, but you just don't know. Kids get amped up to play here, and it just has more of a college type feel when you're playing in a gym this size. So it can definitely throw teams off. We'll have the district tournament up here in a few years, so that'll be interesting to see teams come in. But it's I would say definitely a challenge. You don't play in places like that all the time, so it's tough.
We're talking to Michael McMeans. Before I let you go, you're 10th in the state. What's that mean to Bristol, Tennessee, Tennessee High, the Viking fan base? Again, you beat the Cyclones last night. You're 10th in the state. What's that mean for you to be ranked right now for everybody in Bristol?
It's been fun to watch. We're 16-5 right now. It's one of the best seasons had around here in a really long time. And the people are supporting it. We got really good parents, and I tell them all the time, it starts at the top, and it takes people like our parents to they're so involved. They'll do anything in the world for the kids and the program, and we've had a good following. We've had good crowds. Sometimes in a 6,000-seat arena, it doesn't always look that way, but we've had really good crowds, and it's got loud in there. And people are starting to follow us from different schools. They've come around and watched, and a lot of away gyms we've been at have been full. So we're getting a following, and people are excited about it. Our kids, our students, walking down the hall, you're getting congratulated every day when you win, and they're their fellow classmates are making our players feel special. And it's always that stuff's great, and we have something we've not shy about talking to our kids. We have goals to be playing in Murfreesboro in March, and some of this stuff comes along with it, but we played a good schedule, we played a tough schedule, and it's an honor to be ranked, and we want to make sure at the end we're in consideration to be ranked higher than 10th. So that's the position we want to put ourselves in.
Absolutely. And, of course, it unifies the scores, no question. That's what it's all about. It gives you a little buzz, you a little spring in your step because we're 10th in the state, and I get that, and you've earned it. So appreciate your time, sir. Good luck. Want to get you on a regular basis. Thank you for what you do, and thanks again for being willing to come be on the show. Good luck to you, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
That sounds great. I appreciate you doing it.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Got to give these kids pubs, folks. This is what it's all about. This is our future, our student athletes. And, again, a big thanks to Barry Wade. He rolled out the red carpet for it last night and made us feel just gave us 100% hospitality at Viking Hall last night. So thanks to Coach Wade, the athletic director. Quick break. We'll be right back. Shohei Ohtani, $500 million contract is what they're talking. We'll talk about that in some baseball next year as we're live again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth on the show number 1,779. They laughed at me, said it wouldn't work. A sports show on the internet never lasts. We're in the 8th year. We're at 1779 on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Replacement windows. Tell us about that, sir, would you please?
Well, you know, we live in a community where we've still got a number of homes that have been built quite a few years, some of them going back into the 60s, 70s, and even before, that have a lot of single pane type windows or older wood windows, or even some of the metal windows that Patey's and a lot of places used to sell that were just an aluminum thin type window. And, you know, they have got hard to open. They generate a lot of heat loss because they're not that heavily insulated. Sometimes they're in need of major maintenance because they've deteriorated through the time and weather has went on. And with replacement windows, you can pretty much get those in about any size you want. Within every quarter of an inch, you can order them either in width and height. And so you can remove the old windows and put these new windows in without having to do a lot of structural work either outside or inside. And so that's one of the benefits of it. Also, they're very low maintenance. You know, they're vinyl windows, so they're very easy to clean. You have very little maintenance and upkeep to them. And they come with a variety of options that you can get. You can get just regular insulated glass. If you are more energy conscious, you can get a low E glass, and that's especially helpful when you've got windows that are exposed to a lot of the elements, hot sun, stuff of that nature during the summer and the heating months, and argon gas that can also be added to the low E that just sort of adds a benefit to it to cut down on both heat gain and heat loss depending on the time of year that you've got. And you're available with either white or beige color, and you can get grids in between the glass if you like those windows that look like that they're broke up into 6 panes, 8 panes, whatever it may be as far as that goes. You can also get a half screen that will move up and down if you are concerned about raising the bottom window, maybe with a smaller child or something. You can leave the bottom window down, lower the top window, and move the screen up there so you can get airflow during the spring and fall time of the year. And these windows tilt in, so it's easy for the homemaker or whoever is going to be doing some cleaning. You can lower the window, tilt the latches, tilt it in, clean it off on the outside, put it back up. You know, and you can do the same thing for the bottom sash. So it makes it easy, especially when you're dealing with second floors and stuff of that nature where they're hard to get to.
All available, Big John's Closeouts. They hammer high prices. How do we find you?
Well, you can come to 238 East Elk Avenue here in Elizabeth, Tennessee. You can give us a call at 423-542-3117. You can find us on Facebook, or you can email us at experts@bigjohnscloseouts.com. Or you can go to our Facebook or website, at bigjohnscloseouts.com. Cabinet questions, cabinets at Big John's Closeouts, or you can reach me personally, Mike at bigjohnscloseouts.com.
One of our great sponsors, folks, of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. They hammer high prices at Big John's Closeouts.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live again here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth. In the National Hockey League last night, the Predators on the ice skate past Columbus 2-1. Other winners last night in the National Hockey League: Toronto, Montreal, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Chicago, the Oilers, and Arizona. Tonight on the ice, Pittsburgh. The Penguins in Ottawa skate against the Senators. The Islanders home against Boston. Good matchup there. Colorado skates in Calgary. Vancouver, the Canucks. I love saying that. The Vancouver Canucks hosting Tampa Bay tonight. Why? I don't know. And San Jose's in the Shark Tank tonight hosting the Dallas Stars in the National Hockey League. And the Predators win last night 2-1. Final score there in National Hockey League play. Again, we're live here again at Chick-fil-A. Let's take a look at what's coming up on Friday night. Big night for high school basketball. Of course, will be homecoming with the Westridge Wolves, as we said, are coming to town. Again, recapping last night, the guys winners, Dobbins Minute, Westridge, Daniel Boone, Tennessee High, Sullivan East, University High, West Green, Hampton, and South Green's guys. In fact, South Green's guys upset Chucky Doak 67-65, so that third ranked for the Black Knights won't last long as they got beat last night. And boys high school basketball. On the girls' side, Crockett, Science Hill, Daniel Boone, Elizabethton, of course, Volunteer, Unicoi County. I say, of course, because we call them here. It's here on this internet live stream. Unicoi County, West Green's ladies, Hampton's ladies, and South Green's ladies all get W's in high school basketball. So for Friday night, it goes like this: Dobbins Minute of Science Hill. Coach Higgins and the Hilltoppers are struggling, but they play hard. And I can tell you good things will happen in that program because he is busting it. He's got his kids playing hard, and they're just this close to breaking through. Dobbins Minute at Science Hill Friday night. Boone at Crockett. Boy, those are two big ones in rivalries. Sullivan East will be Unicoi County. That's a good one. Tennessee High at Volunteers. Coach McMean said that'll be a good one. Happy Valley at Johnson County Friday night. West Green will be at Chucky Doak. Granger hosting South Green. The Hampton Bulldogs travel to Cloudland Friday night. Oh, boy. And North Green will be at Unaka. Hampton at Cloudland. Let's see what the records are. Cloudland's guys are 2-12. They're struggling. Hampton's guys are 15-5. I think maybe the girls' side is going to be the. Let's see. Yep, that's the game. Hampton and Cloudland's girls both 3-0. Hampton's Lady Bulldogs, again, as we said, ranked in the state at number 2, and they're 18-0, and Cloudland's 13-5. It'll be a barn burner Friday night. Where are they playing now? So I say it's going to be a Cloudland. Yep, it's going to be up on the mountain at Cloudland Friday night. Whew. Coming up tomorrow night, we got basketball. The T.A. Duggar JV girls basketball team trying to run the table and finish undefeated at 21-0. They'll take on Tennessee Middle in the championship of the girls JV basketball tournament. And we'll stream that tomorrow night at 6:30. We'll go on at 6:20 from the T.A. Duggar gym. And that'll be a good one, and we're looking forward to bringing that one to you. And also we have right here in the late Rush Limbaugh would say, my formerly nicotine-stained fingers. Here we go. We have the boys bracket for the middle school varsity, and it'll start on Thursday. It's a playing game tomorrow night. Then everything gets going, the girls on Saturday. And I'm guessing, well, I'm not guessing, I'll have to figure out where we are. T.A. Duggar's going to be in that one. So is the T.A. Duggar boys. And, again, top 3 teams advance to the sectional, which will be at Powell Middle School coming up. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll be over there and trying to stream some of those games, too, coming up. It looks like starting on Saturday and Tuesday next week. Probably can't do the Tuesdays because we're going to be, let's see when they are. Yeah, it'll be tight, but we'll see. We'll take them one day at a time. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Don't mind me, I'm talking to myself. Coming up, Greg Sager joins us, Major League Baseball. Hello, Reba Whitehead. How you doing? Thank you all for being with us out there on show number 1779. And so we have a presentation to make for his mama, who's going to be here. You've never met Ev. She's about to come be on the show for a few minutes. And I'm looking forward to letting you meet his mama. How about that? So the Salyers are inbound, I was told. All right, let me tell you about this right here. If you're a coin collector, you want to be in on this one big time. Starts Monday. The estate of J.B. Shepard, the online-only coin auction, collinsandcompany.info. And that will be Silver Dollar Collector's Editions, 1921, 1888, 1881. Silver mint proof sets, collector series set, 1 ounce proof silver bullion coins. An outstanding $18.89 $3 gold piece. Wow. Morgan and Barber silver dollars. I don't know a lot about all this. I'm not a coin collector, but if you are, and even if you're not, you want to get in on this, it'll start on Monday. CollinsandCompany.info is what you want to get into. And, again, you'll get a chance to bid on that starting Monday, and it goes through the 31st is your auction time. Monday the 23rd through the 31st. Again, the estate of J.B. Shepherd, an online-only coin auction. CollinsandCompany.info. Hello, Tim Hobbs. Good morning, sir. How you doing? Thank you, sir, for watching the show. Show number 1779. Tomorrow we'll be at Lingerfield Drug Center in Elizabethton. Friday, our Food City Friday this week. Last week we were in Gray. Week before we were in Pawnee Flats. And this Friday we'll be at Food City in Elizabethton. We'll be at Lester's Store, broadcasting live from Betsytown, Food City, on a Food City Friday. Looking forward to being there. And so that's what's going on Friday. But today we're at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, where they have a few, not much, the peppermint chocolate milkshake, peppermint chocolate chip milkshake. They have a little bit left, and once it's gone, it's gone. And, of course, they are now pushing the chicken tortilla soup and the grilled nuggets, grilled club, the different grilled sandwiches you can get, and, of course, the Cobb, the Market, and the Southwest chicken salad. A lot of folks eating salads this time of year for the obvious reason. So folks want to eat a little more healthy the new year, and so that's what they're selling a bunch of are the salads. Cobb, the Market salad, and the Southwest chicken salad. Tom Taylor Sports Show, quick break. We'll be right back. We are here live, and we'll do that right after we check in with one of our great sponsors making it happen. We couldn't do it without them. Rick Walters, Horseman Insurance, talking about auto insurance on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, auto insurance. How can you help folks with auto insurance?
Well, one of the things that we do here at Horseman is we kind of target our niche market as educators, school teachers, school employees, cafeteria workers, custodians, superintendents. We cater towards the educational community, and we design all of our products for that purpose. Some of the things that we do, for example, if a teacher has an accident and she has her Horseman insurance on school property or while she's on school business, even if it's her fault, no matter what her deductible is, we're not going to charge her a deductible. We're going to waive that. If her car gets vandalized on school property, we're not going to have a deductible for that either. If somebody takes something out of her car while it's on school property, that's also going to be covered with no deductible. If they have, say, a computer that belongs to the school and they get into a car wreck and it gets destroyed, we're going to replace that computer for the school system. And so if they ever have to transport a student in their car, a lot of companies would consider that business use of your car. And so what Horace Mann does, we said, hey, look, we understand that you're a teacher and there's an emergency situation at times, even though the school board says not to do it. If you're going on a field trip and the bus holds 30 kids and you got 33 going, and you might throw 3 in the back seat and follow the bus, and for whatever reason that you have to take a student in your car, we're going to make sure that liability insurance extends to that child, and they'll be, all the medical bills and that sort of stuff will be covered.
Lots of reasons to give him a call if you're an educator or not an educator. Either way, to get a quote from Horseman Insurance. How do we get a hold of your social media and phone number?
Yes, you can go to horseman.com, which I have on the board up here, or you can go to call us here at 543-0059, option 4, ring right to my desk. Usually that phone number is good until about 10 o'clock at night because we do cover the West Coast. There's agents, in California, so we've always got someone answering the phone here up until at least 10 o'clock at night.
Rick Walters, one of our great sponsors here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. We're awful proud that he's one of our sponsors here on the ball games and on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Save half off or more throughout the store. Plus, get it now and you don't have to wait. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more. Plus 0% interest financing so you can pay it later. Now through Saturday at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
Hi, my name is Brian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is you can taste the different types of cheeses and the blends that they use, and everything just comes together. It's like a delicate dance. They're like perfection in every bite.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we were live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on this Wednesday, January the 18th, celebrating the birthday of Kevin Costner, who's 68 today, and Richard Van Huss, the superintendent of Elizabethton City Schools. Dear friend, hello, Tim Hobbs. I think I said hello to you earlier. And so his youngin' last night played a great game in a losing cause, Jackson Hobbs. So he was our player of the game Saturday. They're all running together. It's Saturday with his performance against Science Hill. NFL football, here we go. Saturday, the early game, Jacksonville, Kansas City. Can Trevor Lawrence and the Jags do the unthinkable, really? They'd be an obvious underdog going in to take on the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, but they'll do it at 4:30 on Saturday. The night game, the Giants at Philadelphia, should be a dandy, a rematch of the NFC East opponents. She's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Ev is here. On Sunday, Cincinnati at Buffalo and Dallas at San Francisco. Those are the games in the NFL. Of course, conference championships week after. The Super Bowl is going to be on the 13th of February, rather. It'll be in Glendale, Arizona for the Super Bowl. Ev is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Tom. So I have a presentation for her. So we'll take a break. We'll get this set up, and she's going to sit right here. She's going to talk to me, and I'm going to make her a presentation. I swam through crocodile-filled waters. I flew over the Himalayas in a paper kite to get this award. I've gone to great lengths to get this for Ev. She's like, oh, Tom. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. She's here with us. Greg's going to be here talking a lot of baseball. Shohei Ohtani, $500 million contract's what they're talking. This guy, they're getting ready to open up the bank for this guy. And we'll see what he has to say about that and all the other baseball coming up, or Major League Baseball update. He'll give us an update on how many days to spring training. But he'll have that for us. All that and more coming up. We'll be right back. I just put the mojo on him. Be right back after this from Dr. Justin Smith from Physical Therapy Services. On to Dr. Justin Smith from Physical Therapy Services. Folks out there may not know. Tell us what it's all about. What's PTS all about?
So PTS is all about just getting people back to the things that they enjoy, the things that they love. Whether it is the athlete that's wanting to get back to playing on the high school, collegiate, even the professional circuit, or it's maybe the grandmother that just wants to be able to hold her grandchild without her shoulder hurting, or her neck hurting, her back hurting. So from womb to tomb, we've got you covered, whether it's the pregnant female that's having some sort of pelvic floor back pain issues, all the way up to the individual that just wants to be able to get out of a chair again, and everything in between. We got them covered. So we've been in business since 1980. We're the oldest private practice in the state of Tennessee. We're still going strong, and we will continue to be successful because we do things the right way. And ultimately, we take care of the patient that's in front of us. And as long as we do that, everything works out well.
Social media, how do we find you?
So we're on Facebook at Physical Therapy Services. All you got to do is just look up Physical Therapy Services or Physical Therapy in Elizabeth, and we should be the first thing that pops up. So yeah, that's the best way to get in touch with us. Call us, email us, 543-0073 or ptsstaff@yahoo.com. With any questions or issues that you have, we'll point you in the right direction. If we can't help you, we know the people that can.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks, making it go, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, the good folks at Physical Therapy Services. Boom.
I do.
All right. Go ahead and hold that microphone. It's loud in here.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have for you the lady we talk about every week on the segment. Do that for me one time. Oh, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Oh, Tom. That's good. That's awesome. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good.
Yes. You have on your Tom Taylor sweatshirt, do you not?
Yes.
With your
Well,
Cyclone? Yeah, it's on the other side. There you go. Elizabeth and Cyclone. And, of course, we're about to make another presentation because we told your son that we're going to get you an official Tom Taylor Sports Show sweatshirt. Right?
Okay.
All right. So here we have for you on the front is Tom Taylor Sports.
And Tom Taylor Sports on the back.
And on the back.
All right. Thank
There
you,
you go.
Tom.
There you go. Is it on there? Have we got it? There you go. Tom Taylor Sports on the back. Tom Taylor Sports on the front. Greg, take a picture of your mother and I, because this may never, ever happen again.
Probably not.
You listen to the show all the time, don't
I
you?
do.
Yeah.
I do.
And your son does a wonderful job. You know that.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, you should be. You're proud of him, yeah. So, you remember the story when I was doing the announcing for the Speedway? You came up to me one time and said, Tom, you like to rattle my windows in my house because I could hear you. Remember
I
that?
heard you. All the way into my house. Yes, I did. I did.
She said, when I was doing the PA, they put in a new sound system at the Speedway, and they cranked it one day, probably too much, and she lives near the Speedway, and she heard it loud and clear.
Right.
Heard
I
me
sure
loud and
did.
clear. That's awesome. So, do you have any stories? He's over there, and you have the microphone. Do you have any stories you like to hear? My stories growing up. Is there any stories you like to
Well,
share?
I don't have any like West Virginia stories.
You're like
but
mine?
Maybe
Yeah.
I had some when he was little.
Yeah, tell me one.
Okay, when he was 2 or I worked, and we lived next door to my mom and dad.
Right.
They kept him,
Right.
and they put a hook on their door so he couldn't get out. So my dad was gone, and she went outside for something, and he pulled a chair over and he hooked the door.
And got out.
No, he wouldn't let her in.
He wouldn't let her in.
He locked her out. She talked to him and she talked to him, and he still would not open it. So she went and got a neighbor. They were going to break the door. It was glass. And he opened it for the neighbor. And he laughed at her.
He laughed at her?
He was just standing and laughed at her.
Locked the door, wouldn't let her in.
That's right.
He was 15 years old. I can't believe
No,
it.
2 or 3. 2 or 3.
He was 2 or 3. I thought he was 15. I got the story wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, so.
Oh,
so.
you want another one?
I want another one. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My mom always corrected him when I worked.
Right.
That was back in the days when you could spank.
You could spank, right?
So when he would do something wrong, she would send him out and get a switch.
Greg would do something wrong. He'd have to be whipped.
Yeah.
He has a halo, for crying out loud.
So
Okay.
anyway, she would send him out to get a switch. Well, he came
Right.
back with a twig.
A twig. And she'd send him back out.
She sent him back after the second one. But I don't think it was much better.
No. And she didn't whip him too hard either. did she? No.
But you know what? They corrected him, and we didn't have to when we got home.
You got home, it's all been done.
It had been done.
Your mama took care of it.
She took care
There
of
you
it.
go. So
And they taught him.
it-
They taught him. And I'll give you one more.
got one more. Oh, yeah, we're on a roll. Let's let's do it.
Okay. All of his life, he's loved a ball. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to, our house is brick.
Right.
He would take his ball and he would throw it against our house
Mm-hmm.
and try to catch it. One day, he threw it too hard and it went on the tree and it broke my mom and dad's window out.
Oh.
But he said it was an accident.
Cut a switch.
It
Go
was an
cut-
accident.
Hit a tree before it hit the window.
It hit the tree, then hit the window. Did you have? He had to go cut a twig?
No,
No?
no, his daddy replaced the window.
His daddy bailed him out. There
He
you go.
did
All
because
right.
he liked him to play ball. It didn't matter.
He didn't care.
So
He li-
that's about my stories.
That's good. Those good stories.
Yeah.
I like when he's 15, locked the door, wouldn't let people in. That's what I like.
Oh, God.
It ain't 2 or 3. I know better. He's 15 years
Oh,
old.
goodness.
He's in that window glass going, yeah, I'm not going to open his door, just waving.
He probably would do that to me.
Yeah. Oh, he would do it to his mama. He loves his mama.
Well,
So
I love him too.
Yeah.
Well, that's about my stories.
you see on the screen, this is Greg's mama, Evelyn Ebb Salyer. And every time I see her, she does this. I'll say, hey, Eb. She will go, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
So it's become a weekly thing on the show now. I say hello to Eb, and she'll be like that. So is everything else good? Everything's, you got 3 beautiful granddaughters. And
I have, and when I get married, I'm going to have a grandson-in-law.
grandson-in-law. There you go. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my precious girls.
Oh, they're awesome.
But I've been blessed all my life.
Greg and Wendy have done a great job raising those girls.
Well, I was raised in a Christian home, and then God gave me a Christian husband for 50 years. Then he gave me a good son. Then he gave me a good daughter-in-law. And then he gave me 3 grandchildren. So
And
what
you-
else could I watch?
A friend named Tom. That's what. It's like a dog named Sue.
Yeah.
A boy named Sue. A
So
friend named
anyway.
Tom. So you're awesome. Ev, here's your sweatshirt, dear.
Well, thank you, Tom, and I will wear it.
Yes, and I appreciate your friendship more than you know. She's You sit right over there and watch and just stare lovingly at your son, and we'll it's good stuff. He's 15 years old. He locked the storm door, wouldn't let him in. I love it. So there you go. Hello, sir.
Hey, I may go do that again Sunday to her when I'm up at her house.
Just to get back at her?
Just to get back at her.
Yeah, Mom, remember those stories Wednesday on Tom's show?
I'll get her to take the dog out for me.
Take the dog out and
yeah,
never.
She likes to take the dog out. She likes that to bond with the dog. So when I catch them outside, I may just go lock her screen door so she can't get back in.
Bless it. If he does that, you call me. I'll come. Oh, you feed him on Sunday.
She does.
So you ain't gonna bite the hand to feed you then.
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna lock her out.
No.
Because she cooks on Sunday. Yeah. If he ever does that, Ev, you call me and I'll come kick the door down for you. I'll be your knight in shining armor.
But you know that deal about the switch and stuff. My grandma kept the switch on top of her refrigerator.
Really?
Oh yeah. All the time. But her and Dad, they had this 2-for-1 deal going on. I mean, she'd use the switch, and then when he got home, he'd use the belt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was fair. I mean, I just did one thing, and I'd get the switch and the belt.
Got a double whammy.
Yeah. Does that sound fair to you?
Seems very fair to me because I know you. So it's a wonder
that made up for all the ones I didn't get caught.
There you go. Yeah. Let's don't kid ourselves here. He was a young boy once, meaner than a striped snake. Now, come on now. We all were mean back in the day. We tried to – I know my father, before he passed away, we'd sit down one night and start swapping tales. He said, I knew that. I knew y'all did that. And I thought, he knew more than he knew, and she does too. She knows more about your antics growing up than you think she does.
Yeah.
So, and your dad did too. So, anyway, we're live here. Had to get Ev on, so we got the long delayed sweatshirt. Finally got it printed for her. So, yeah.
Keep her warm.
Yeah, they got a new ball cap. Got new ball caps printed. This is a brand new one.
That's a nice looking cap.
Yep, and got you have one. You just don't ever wear it.
I do have one.
Kind of hurts my feelings, but so.
I just don't want to mess my hair up.
No, I understand that. When you're a GQ kind of guy, you look at my hair, it don't matter. Doesn't matter. But for you got to look, you got to look the part.
My wife says my hair's my trademark.
Really?
Yeah.
Your hair, you should have never told me that.
She says it's my trademark.
Your hair is your trademark.
She also says like it's what she uses to find me in a store because she can see my hair, my white hair, all the way across Walmart or something. Yeah.
Your wife of how many years?
25, almost 26.
Says your hair is your trademark. There you go.
Yeah, people at church say that too.
Oh, you're going to rue the day you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have never said that to me because I'm going to have fun with that one. All right, here we go. Let's talk a little baseball. We're here live at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Shohei Ohtani, free agent. We're talking they're going to break the bank. They're out. In fact, I've got the story somewhere. Ev came, and I'm just all to pieces. I don't know where my story When I saw Ev walk through the door, I stopped mid-sentence, but there's a story I've got here somewhere.
Yeah.
$500 million.
Yeah, after 2023. So he's got one more year with the Angels.
Yeah.
But they're saying that because of how productive he is as both a pitcher and a hitter, that he may get the first $500 million contract in Major League Baseball history. And what I'm hearing them say is that some team may decide to give him a vested interest in the team. I mean, give him a part of the team.
Ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's not happened in a long time in baseball.
Anything can happen. I mean, it's become a sweepstakes now with money, and so
yeah.
Ohtani, $500 million contract. I was reading some of the agents in the story. 10-year, $50 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and some of these teams will do it.
Oh yeah, somebody will do it.
Somebody will do it.
Yeah, the Reds won't because they're cheap.
No.
They're cheapskates, but these other teams would. So.
Yeah.
All right, I got some players to take a look at. Spring training starts in how long?
26 days.
26
Pitchers and
days.
catchers report.
Wow.
On the 13th of February.
I love it. It feels like out here today.
The days.
In fact, I would guarantee the baseball teams that they can't officially practice yet, but I guarantee you baseball and softball are out working out today.
They may be.
Running, throwing, something.
They may be.
Absolutely. Wouldn't think anything other. So, anyway, beautiful day out here. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow. And we've had a very mild winter, and I love it.
Very mild.
All right, here we go. Player number one. We got someone we're going to ask him about. Aroldis Chapman. Yankees, the Marlins are looking at him. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I could totally see him going to the Marlins. Miami is a Cuban town if there was one in the United States, and they love their Cuban players there. So they would love nothing more than to have the Cuban Missile come down to Miami. you know, and let's face it, you know, they went out and got Johnny Cueto. They've made a few good signings. You know, they could make some noise in that division if they would go out and get somebody like a Aroldis Chapman to close out their games.
Greg joins us, by the way. Hello, Tim Hobbs. Thank you for watching the show. We made Tim a fan of the show. We're going to be giving away some of these hats, too. If you guys want hats, we got some shirts we got made up. We got some koozies, Tom Taylor Sports Show koozies. Put your favorite. We would hope it'll be a non-alcoholic beverage into your koozie, but that's your choice, your prerogative. So we got some of that coming up. We've made Tim a fan of the show. He has two sons that really play hard. Jackson on the high school team and Harrison on the middle school team. So Mrs. Hobbs is a very nice lady, very kind. Some things she came over and said to us the other night about our broadcast. So anyway, thank you. Good morning to Tim, or actually good afternoon to Tim Hobbs and Betty Lacey. And my buddy Rick Ranson down in Pensacola, Florida. Man, he's wanting me down there bad.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 60, he said 63, I think he said yesterday. Sun was out in Pensacola. You ever been to Pensacola?
I don't think I have.
Yeah. So is Eva a beach baby? Is she a beach girl?
We used to go to Daytona a lot when I was a kid.
Pick up shells and walk the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a different world back then, but
yeah.
We used to go down there when I was a kid.
Let the wind slap her in the face as she's walking down the beach looking for shells, going, "Oh, Tom." So I don't know why I love doing that.
Oh, we took her to the beach not too long ago over at Charleston.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Take her every chance you can get because she's deserved it. She's put up with you all these years and thrashed you with those twigs, so and cooks for you every Sunday. So take her; she deserves it. All right, Red Sox talking to Adam Duvall from the Braves. What do you think? In fact, they signed him. It says 1 year.
Oh, they have?
Yeah,
okay.
1 year, $7 million deal. So
it's a good pickup.
Yeah, Braves.
I'm high on Adam Duvall.
Yeah, I know you are. Former Red.
Yeah, and you know, he's 34 years old, and here's the funny thing: you talk about some guys that are 34, and you kind of say they're starting to slow down a little bit. You don't hear that about Adam Duvall. He can still play all three outfield positions. He can win a Gold Glove for you still. And be a good solid bat. I mean, you know, this guy can still hit 30 home runs. So
that's a big loss for the Braves, would it not be? I would think.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if the Braves were really in on re-signing him. It didn't sound like. I mean, they just seemed like they were ready to let him go.
Josh Harrison also possibly going to the Bo Sox. Where's he coming from?
Yeah, so Josh Harrison. Gosh, let me think. Was that the Nationals? I believe.
I don't know. I know
he's played for several teams lately. I think it's the Nationals at this point. But, you know, Boston's going to have to do something in that division. Let's face it, they are. I've heard them tied to some pitching, too, and they're going to have to go out and get some – I mean, they went out and got Justin Turner. You know, that was a good move. They signed Rafael Devers long-term. That was something they needed to do. But if you ask me where I thought they were going to finish in that division right now, I'd say last.
Really?
Yeah. I know there's a bunch of Red Sox fans out there, but, you know, Baltimore's better than what we thought they were last year. I think they've helped themselves a little bit. You know, when Boston let Xander Bogaerts go, that was a blow. That was a real blow. I think they were really trying to re-sign him. And then after losing Trevor Story to Tommy John surgery, they're hurting, and they're going to need to do some things. So Adam Duvall is a good signing. He's going to really be a plus to that lineup, but they're still going to need to do more. Josh Harrison would be a good second base option for them because they're having to take second base guys and put them at short.
We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Again, coming up tomorrow, we'll be at the Lingerfeld Drug Center in downtown Elizabeth. And Friday, Food City Friday this week. Last week in Gray. 2 weeks ago, we're in Piney Flats. Tomorrow, or for this rather, this Friday, we'll be in Food City in Elizabeth and kicking off the weekend. Tim Hobbs says the Cubs, apparently he's a frustrated Cubs fan. Don't feel bad, Tom. The Cubs won't do it either. Talking about going out and sign anybody. But since last Wednesday, they got Trey Mancini.
Yeah. They have.
Pretty good pickup, isn't it?
It is.
First baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they got Eric Hosmer at first base too. So those two are going to be a platoon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hosmer will hit against the right-handers and Mancini against the left-handers. Probably whichever one's not playing first is going to DH.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, and the Cubs. I mean, let's face it, they've gotten a lot better. They picked up Dansby Swanson. They've made some international signings this year that you know I'm definitely not a Cubs fan, but I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with this year.
We're supposed to start. We're looking at the divisions this week. Is that what we were supposed to do? I can't remember.
Yeah, we talked about doing that. We can.
Did you do it? Did you do your homework?
We can do the National League Central if you want to.
All right. Start with the National League Central. Here are the teams. We sit down every year and pick these, and he has about an 85% success ratio. So when he talks, listen, because he knows what he's talking about. Or at least I know I listen when he talks anyway. So here's your Central Division. Obviously the Cubs, the Reds, the Brewers, the Pirates, and the Cardinals. Pirates picked up Andrew McCutchen, got him re-signed.
They did.
Is that a biggie?
That's good for them. Yeah, I mean, of course, he's at the tail end of his career now. He came up with the Pirates. I think he likes playing in Pittsburgh, and I think it's a good move for them. He's still got something left in the tank.
All right. This is my magic sheet right here. We're going to write him down, take him home, post him, and see how he does again this year.
Okay, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
All right. There's 5 teams. We're going to break down NL Central today. All
start
right.
at 1 or start at 5?
Oh, let's start at 5 and work up. Last place team of the NL Central. I'm going to see if I'm right with this. See if you and I are jiving. We've been doing this how many years now?
7 or 8.
7 or 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this guy's a fixture. He's like that light up there. He's a fixture. Is that a compliment when I compare your son to a light fixture, to a light bulb?
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
She just went, oh, Tom, oh, well. I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever you want to call me.
Just call me for dinner on
that's
Sunday
right.
afternoon. Now, when she cooks for you on Sunday afternoon, do you get to choose, or you just whatever she serves?
She usually asks me what we want.
Oh.
She'll say, "What would you like to have?" And we got sort of this rotation of things that we go through. Yeah.
What did we have last Sunday? What did I miss out on?
We had a pork loin with some Brussels sprouts and some potatoes and coleslaw.
Wow.
Yeah.
What might be on the menu this week in case I want to shag?
That I do not know. I don't know. We've not talked about it. So she doesn't know either. She may get it.
Is there anything she says we're going to have this week? You go, she.
No, I mean,
I'd just jerk your chain. I'd fix something you didn't like one time.
Well, let me tell you, if she fixes something that she knows I don't like, she'll fix me something I do like.
Yeah.
Just because everybody else likes it. Yeah, she'll. Now, see, my wife will tell you, I'm not a short order cook.
Right.
If you don't like what I fix, you don't eat.
There you go.
She's not like that.
No.
She'll say, if you don't really like it, but everybody else does, I'll fix you something else.
It's like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Anything from my boy. So there you go. All right, last place team, NL Central. I'm going to say Brewers, Reds. I'm going to say the Pirates.
I hope you're right.
But you're going to say the Reds.
I'm going to say the Reds.
The Reds, okay.
The Reds are bad, Tom. They are bad. I mean, so they went out and got Will Myers. Okay. Their pitching, I'm hopeful for their pitching. Their front 3 starters are all in their second year this year now with Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, and Graham Ashcraft. Those guys have got a big upside. I just don't see it happening this year. If you look at the players that they've got out on their caravan, I was looking at it last night. I was talking to Hannah about it last night, and I said, who would even want to go out to see these guys? I mean, nobody's ever heard of them. Even the major league guys are guys that, and I'm like, really? This is the best you can get to go out on your caravan? Because, I mean, Marty Brenneman's going. He's probably the biggest name.
That's who I'd go see.
Yeah.
The Reds announcer.
Yeah.
He is awesome.
Yeah, Jim Day's going to be there. I'd like to see Jim Day. I like him. But I'm like, okay, so the players that are going, most of them are guys in the minor leagues you've never heard of.
Yeah.
They have, I think, 3 major league guys going, and the biggest name is T.J. Friedel.
Never heard any of these guys. So if this is the year I want to go see the Reds play, this is the year to go get tickets. Everybody's going to be there.
Absolutely. I've promised my family that we're going to one game, and that is on August the 5th, because For King and Country is doing a concert after the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we are going to one.
So we're going to that game, but
yeah,
that's the only. And the Reds may have a chance because they're playing the Washington Nationals.
From a promotional standpoint, to get bodies in the seats, they better be doing something with the Big Red Machine.
They got to
or
do something.
Or something to get them in there, because otherwise they're not going to go watch. And for me to try out, 5 hours up there, 6 hours?
Yeah, it's about 5 hours.
5 hours to go watch a losing proposition. But I may go, because I would think long about June you get pretty good seats.
Yeah.
Because anybody going to be there.
Yeah.
Number 5, the Reds. Number 4, finishing this year in the NL Central, would be, I would say, the Buckeyes.
I'm going to pick the Pirates.
Yeah,
right.
I
think so. McCutcheon was a good move. They're trying. They're Brian Reynolds is on the market. They've kind of let that be known, but they're going to asking for a king's ransom for him. So I see him leaving probably around the trade deadline, but not until then. And well, I don't know. I mean, they could trade him tomorrow. Who knows? But I don't know that anybody's really willing to give the Pirates what they're going to want for him right now. But yeah, I think the Pirates are still going to have trouble competing with these other teams.
We're talking to Greg Salyer. We do this every Wednesday. You want to tune in every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, whether we're here or we're either going to be here or be in the Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and we go 2 here, 2 there. So next week we'll be back here. So we talk baseball every Wednesday. We do it around the clock, except when he's around the calendar, except when he's on vacation or his day job would preclude him from doing it. So anyway, it's Reds, Pirates. That leaves us the Cubs, the Brewers, and the Cardinals. I'm going to go number 3. You're going to say finishing third in the division this year, NL Central would be the Cubs.
I think the Cubs may pass the Brewers. I'm picking the Brewers.
Brewers to finish third.
3. Yeah,
right.
I don't think the Brewers have done a lot. Yelich can do something. He might be able to do some things for them. They picked up Jesse Winker.
Got Brian Anderson yesterday.
Brian Anderson yesterday. He's probably going to play infield for him, I think. But, they lost Hunter Renfroe in a trade. Their pitching's good. I will say that. I like their pitching. They picked up Wade Miley, too.
Yeah.
And he can still and if he's not got to be your top guy, he's a good pickup. He's probably going to be like a 4th starter for them. And I like their pitching. But I think the Cubs did enough to pass them.
Aren't you proud of your son? He's sitting there all this up here. He's got no notes. He's just winging it. So I got little note cards over here. Brian Anderson.
Yeah.
Connor Seabolt went from the Red Sox to the Rockies.
Yeah.
That guy's Yuli.
Yuli Gurriel. Yeah.
Gurriel went to the Marlins. So
yeah.
Is that a good one?
To me, he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's been around a while, and he can still hit.
Yeah.
He can, he'll do some things for them, but I wouldn't put it as a huge signing.
Down to the Cubs and the Cardinals.
He's got good hair. Yuli Gurriel's got good hair.
Oh, good hair?
Yeah, he's got good hair.
Is that his trademark, too?
That is his trademark, yeah.
So Yuli, am I saying it right?
Yeah, Yuli.
Yuli's hair is his trademark?
It's nothing like mine, but it's good hair.
Nah, there's only one head of hair like Greg Salyer, says his lovely bride of 25 years, Mrs. Salyer. So, all right, so we have... here's the thing on this show. You never know what we're going to talk about. Today we're talking about his hair. So there you go. But we're going to talk a little Hall of Famer in a minute, too. All right, so Cubs, Cardinals, number 2 in the division. Got to be the Cubs.
It's the Cubs. Yeah, absolutely. They have improved themselves. The Dansby Swanson signing was big. I think that was the biggest thing they've done. They let Jason Hayward go.
Yeah, which was a bust. He was a bust.
He was.
What's their starting rotation look like? Kyle Hendricks?
Yeah, Kyle Hendricks. Off the top of my head, I can't even tell you who is going to be in that rotation. But I know, to be honest, I like the Brewers' rotation better than the Cubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't think the Brewers will be able to score as well as the Cubs. The Mancini pickup, Hosmer, and Hosmer. He's not done a whole lot lately, but he's had some good years, especially when he was back with the Royals and some World Series years with them. So, he can do it again, I think. Yeah, so I think but the Cubs are showing they're willing to spend the money to go out. I mean, they were in on, from my understanding, they were in on Xander Bogaerts too until he signed. They were trying to get him and Dansby Swanson.
Hello, Carrie Reed. Carrie's watching the show. Love Carrie Reed. She's one of these ladies. Her husband is like, she just runs wide open, and you see her. She's always smiling, and she's talking and smiling and laughing, always upbeat. I'm sure she has bad days. I guess we all do, but you've never known around Carrie Reed. She's always upbeat, giggling, having fun, and so hello, Carrie. She's one of our regulars. I think the world of that young lady and her family. All right, so you got Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, Pirates, Reds.
Yeah, St. Louis hasn't done a whole lot really this year, but they didn't really have to.
All right.
They got Goldschmidt and Arenado.
One name association. Here we go. I'm going to write these down as we go, just for kicks and giggles. All right, when I mention of all the players who played in these franchises, you get one name, one player. So if I said the most famous player, in your opinion, of the St. Louis Cardinals ever, you would say, boom, who?
Stan Musial.
Musial, all right. So I would have probably said, if you'd asked me, go ahead and ask me, Greg.
Okay, Tom, who
Yes.
would you say for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Oh, Greg. I would probably say
Lou Brock.
Lou Brock or Bob Gibson, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, either one of those be
So,
good choices.
All right, I'm going to put Brock or Gibson over here.
Yeah.
He didn't know I was going to do this, by the way, so what the heck. We fly.
I think all those guys have statues outside the stadium.
Yeah. So we fly with the seat of our pants on this segment anyway. All right, Cubs, the most famous Chicago Cub of all time, you would say, boom.
Ernie Banks.
Okay.
And who would you say, Tom?
Ron Sandberg.
Okay. Ron Sandberg's getting a statue this year
He
outside
is,
the outside
So,
Wrigley Field. Yeah.
And, Fergie Jenkins, maybe, but no, for me, be Sandberg.
Yeah.
When I think of the Cubs, and then I would think Billy Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And Ernie Banks would be the number 2, but I'd go Sandberg.
Okay.
All right, the Brewers, the most famous Milwaukee. When you say Milwaukee Brewers, you would think, boom.
Robin Yount.
Robin Yount.
Okay. Who would you say?
I just went blank. The guy, the home run hitting dude.
Gorman Thomas.
I want to say Gordon. Gorman Thomas.
Gorman Thomas.
He's not too famous. I can't remember his name.
Robin Yount played his whole career, though, in Milwaukee. So
I'd probably go Yount.
Yeah, so that
makes sense. All right. This is a no-brainer. I know. Let me go ahead and tell you what you're going to say with you. Yeah.
So.
See, we do think alike, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, guess what I found the other day?
What did you find?
Your Sparky book. I couldn't find it.
Oh, did you really?
I can't. I got to finish it. It's the.
You probably read 5 pages of that book.
3.
200 more to go, and you'll bring it back to me.
The other part was
you only had it a year and a half.
I found Christmas. Stop! I'm out every night doing basketball. Lord. And I found, this is what's even funnier. Ev's going to love this. This is a West Virginia story. In the search for the book, because I want to finish reading this book. I love that first thing you read that one day.
Yeah.
I need to bring the book back in and read it again.
Yeah.
Sparky Anderson nails life in about 2 or 3, a couple of pages maybe.
Yeah,
he nailed it. He nails the whole thing about life. And so when I found the book, I found Christmas presents from a year ago. So
wow.
Yeah, not this past Christmas, but Christmas would have been 2022. No, 2021.
Okay.
So I thought, well, son of a gun, there's those presents I bought for the granddaughters. Wonder what I did with them. There they are. So I don't know whether to give them to them now or just squirrel them by, give them to them again this Christmas. So some of my presents are already taken care of. So you just never know. All right. Cardinals, Stan Musial. Cubs, Ernie Banks. Brewers, Robin Yount. Pirates, Roberto Clemente. And, of course, the last one would be the obvious, the most recognizable name in the history of the Reds. You would say who?
I would say Johnny Bench. That would be my statement. A lot of people would say Pete Rose, but I'm going to say Johnny Bench.
Tim Hobbs said Ron Santo for the Cubs. That'd be a good one, too.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would.
Yep. So, who'd you say, Bench?
Yeah, I said Bench.
Okay. That's tough for me. You know what I'm going to say. It ain't Pete Rose.
Yeah.
You know who I'm going to say?
Who you going to say?
My guy's got the autograph picture in my office in my studio.
Tony Perez.
Tony Perez, to me, is the most.
Yeah.
Perez or Bench. So, will be my 2 guys. So
I watched an interview of Bench this morning with Chris Russo. Fascinating what he was talking about. He was talking about Waite Hoyt, who was the announcer for the Reds when he came up in 1967. and Waite Hoyt played with Babe Ruth. So they were talking about how Bench had this connection with Babe Ruth through Waite Hoyt, and Johnny was talking about he was going through a slump really early in his career. Probably, I think it was like 1968 or 69. And he got this letter, a handwritten letter from Waite Hoyt, just encouraging him about coming out of this slump. He said, I would take $1 million for that letter. Yeah. He said that he wrote to me as a kid when I was a nobody, But, I mean, I don't think there was ever a time when Johnny was in the majors he was a nobody.
Yeah.
He won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But
he kind of made a splash first days on
the
job.
He did. But he had some fascinating stories to tell.
We will do next week. You want to do AL Central to match this, or go NL East?
Yeah, we can go AL Central.
We'll do AL Central.
Yeah,
next
that'd
week?
be good.
We'll be back here next week.
We'll
Carrie Reed says thank you. You're very welcome. Very welcome. So what'd she say? Thank you. And Pete Rose. Carrie said Pete Rose.
Yeah. A lot of people would say that.
You know, the first wiffle ball I ever had was the Pete Rose wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Had him head first slide.
Yeah, on the box.
Plastic on the box, yeah. So everybody as a kid wanted to play like Pete Rose. But now his off-field habits just he's just done he's his own worst enemy, I think, as far as, you know.
Yeah.
As you said last week, the guy who's trying to get away from the betting scandal, that I'm a good guy and I don't bet, goes and what did he say? He was the first one.
He placed the very first legal sports bet in Ohio.
Okay, come on, Pete. You want to shrug that image and take it. It's like a coat. He said, take that coat. It's like a coat. I wear it all the time. Well, what did you just do? You just put the coat back on. Crying out loud. So.
And he bet on the Reds to win the World Series.
Yeah.
He threw that money away.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he bet, but I hope it was just a few dollars because he just threw that money away.
So Sparky Anderson found the book Sparky. I gave Ever sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that you had to go cut twigs to get thrashed.
Yeah.
At 15, you locked your storm door out and wouldn't let your mom in, or let your grandmother in. Who was it?
It was my grandmother. It was my mom's mom.
15 years old. Oh, what'd you call her? Mamaw?
Mamaw. It was Mamaw.
You locked Mamaw out at the age of 15.
I was 3, Tom.
Bull hockey. You were 15.
I was 3.
I love it. I've tweaked him. So
if I was 15, they still wouldn't be in that house.
No. Coming up next, Lucas Andrews joins us, head basketball coach of the Lady Cyclones. Got his 100th win last night. They beat Tennessee High by 45. I mean, they had 13 threes last night in Viking Hall, which we talked about this earlier with Coach McMeans from Tennessee High. I had him on the show. You know, the depth perception. You play basketball. The depth perception at Viking Hall, big cavernous area versus a standard high school gym.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
It is a big difference.
And, you know, Tennessee High didn't score. The guys didn't score till a minute to go in the first quarter. They missed like 8 or 9 shots.
Wow.
On the flip side, Elizabethton's girls go up there and rip them for 13 threes at Viking Hall.
Wow.
So I guess it's all, you know. So anyway, Luke's going to join us coming up here in just a minute. We've got about a minute left. Hall of Fame, let's talk about it. They're talking Beltran and Billy Wagner may be the front runners get in the Hall of Fame. What do you think?
I hope Billy Wagner gets in. I think he should. It's his 8th year, I think, on the ballot, maybe something like that. I think Scott Rowland's got a good shot. I mean, the ballots that I saw that had been released, Scott Rowland was, I think, at like 81%. Todd Helton was like at 78% or something like that. So hopefully those guys are going to get in as well. But I'd love to see. I don't know about Beltran. I don't know if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer or not. You know, good career, good solid career. But he was right in the middle of that cheating scandal down in Houston, and that just irks a lot of people,
including you.
Yeah, including me.
Yeah, I get it.
So I don't know about that, but so I probably wouldn't vote for him just because of that, to be honest. At least not the first year. Maybe later, but not the first year.
Right.
Of course, I don't have a vote, but yeah, I'd like to see Rowland, Helton, and Wagner all get in this year, and I think they all got a good shot.
Does any of the performance-enhancing drug guys ever get a chance? Will they ever get in? Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, do they ever get in?
No.
Okay. Rafael Palmeiro?
No.
That's the big 3, isn't it?
And, and of course Bonds and Clemens. Yeah, I don't. Bonds and Clemens might get in one day. They might. Those other guys you named, I don't think they will.
Well, Bonds, is he still getting paid off with the Mets every year?
Not that's Bobby Bonilla.
That's Bobby Bonilla. Never mind.
Yeah, he is.
Still getting a check?
He is still getting a check.
It's like millions every year.
Yeah.
Every June or July.
It's over $1 million. Yeah, it's
every
over
year.
$1 million.
I thought he'd kind of run its course, but he's still getting checks.
He is.
He hadn't played in Major League Baseball in years.
Yeah, since the 90s.
The 90s. The guy's getting $1 million a year because this deal. What was the reasoning? It was, I guess, in the contract.
Yeah, it was in his contract. He backloaded his contract to where instead of them paying him all these millions up front, you know, he said, well, I'll just take $1 million a year through like 2030 something. I think it's still got like 10 more years or something like that. It's something ridiculous, but yeah, he's still getting paid over $1 million. They call it Bobby Bonilla Day. I don't even remember what day it is right now off the top of my head, but it's the day that he gets paid.
See, Carrie Reed's on top of this. She said Todd Helton he was a great addition to the Colorado Rockies. I grew up in Colorado. That's a good one, too, helping out in Knoxville.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
absolutely. I think he deserves to be in.
But you know how stupid they are. You remember you got me on my soapbox last week.
I do, because he played in Colorado and that thin air up there.
Who cares? I mean, that is so stupid.
Yeah.
And the other one was they're not going to vote him in because they weren't nice to him.
Yeah.
Some of the guys Hall of Fame on the ballot, some of the balloters, sports writers said, well, they weren't very nice to us when we interviewed them, so we're not going to vote for them. That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
See, you got me going again. I thought I was getting ready to get out of here. And Ev's going, oh, Tom.
So Bobby Bonilla Day is July 1st, and he gets $1.19 million every July 1st through 2035.
You're kidding me.
No.
Was this another 12 years? Yeah, today, this is 2023. For 12 more years, every July 1st, he gets $1.19 million.
Yeah.
He hasn't played since the 90s?
Yeah, let me see. He's 59 years old.
God.
So he's set, man.
What moron set that deal up? Good grief. His agent must be a pretty smart guy, or the management of the Mets pretty stupid.
So what happened in 2000? In 2000, the Mets agreed to buy out the remaining $5.9 million on his contract. And instead of paying him $5.9 million at the time, the Mets agreed to make annual payments of that amount for 25 years.
12 more years, a guy gets.
Why would anybody agree to do that?
Oh, me, oh, my. The Mets management at that point were just complete morons. Guys getting $1.19 million for 12 more years. And I guess if he passes away, I mean, his heirs or his offspring or kids or whatever.
Somebody will get it.
Somebody will get it.
Because they owe it to him.
Well, just make a little asterisk and say, send it to Ev Salyers.
Yeah.
In Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
1.19.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can get, at that point, she can go to any beach she wants to go to.
She'll pay off her car.
Yeah. Pay off her car.
We were talking about her car payment on the way over here.
She'd have me up there for some meatloaf or something.
Yeah.
She'd go buy meatloaf and bring Tom up there to buy some meatloaf
Yeah.
for $1.19 million.
Yeah.
And she can go to any beach she want. For that matter, she could buy the beach.
Yeah.
Pick a beach. Ev, it's now called Ev Beach.
Ev Beach.
Ev Beach. All right. What a treat you come, young lady. I think the world of her. I really do. Class lady, good Christian woman. Got her a nice shirt. Let me show that shirt one more time in case you missed it. You know, if y'all like to have a sweatshirt, I can get them for you too. If you like to have a Tom, there it is on the front. We love giving away stuff with my name on it. Tom Taylor Sports on the back. Tom Taylor back on the front. Thanks to Holly Honeycutt did this for us. So, has she seen it? Everybody seen it?
Yeah.
There you go. They get the right size. Large, bingo. So,
that'll be oversized for her, so that'll be good.
Right.
That's what she wants.
Yeah, one a little oversized.
Yeah.
All right, get something to eat. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Quick break. We'll be right back. Ev's been in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas Andrews next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursingHome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks, you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook. And like I said, ivyhallnursingHome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home.
Need help finding that perfect gift? Jewelers Bench provides the highest quality jewelry at incredible prices, providing unique jewelry for all occasions. With our own jeweler in-house, we offer custom-made pieces, as well as general maintenance and repair services. Whether you're shopping for yourself or someone special, we can help make your holidays sparkle. Always remember, you get more for your money at the Jewelers Bench.
From our family to yours, we would like to thank you for supporting our business for over 20 years.
And as always, we wish you a
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Boom. Back on the Tom Douglas Sports, our final guest of the show. He's a 100-win coach. Lucas Andrews, head basketball coach of the Lady Cyclones of Elizabeth. And congratulations, sir. Quite an honor.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Yep. Who are your mentors? Who are the guys when you got into coaching you looked up to, took advice from, whether they're local or somebody on TV or Pat Summitt? I don't know who it would be, the late Pat Summitt, but who are your mentors or have been your mentors when you got into coaching?
You know, the people that I've worked for, gave me the opportunity. First off, Coach White, Hampton, played for him for 1 year, and then gave me the opportunity to help him. And then when Ned Smith took over at Hampton, helped him for several years, and he's probably the main one that I've modeled a lot of things that I've tried to do after him. And then Leon Tolley, I played for him and watched him coach. It seems like thousands of games and things like that. And then, there's a lot, and there's been a lot of people around me that's been influential on my style and things like that. So couldn't pin it down to one, but I've had a lot of really good coaches that I've been able to work for and play for and things like that.
So if you could sit down with anybody, either alive or gone, as a coach, sit down with them for an hour, sit across from them, talk basketball, have lunch with them, who would that be?
Shoot, that's a tough one. Probably Pat Summitt.
Yeah.
She's, grew up watching her teams and toughness and, defensive-minded and, just want to win the physical battle and go in there and work hard every single day and work hard in the off-season. That's who I'd want to sit down and talk to.
Your girls work hard, obviously. Last night winning by 45 points, 79-34, and you beat a good Tennessee High team. They're not a cupcake team. They stretch the imagination. They're a good physical team. Kendall Cross can play, and yet our ladies got up here last night and lit them up for 13 threes, what I had them for. So that's we were talking earlier in the show. We had Michael McMeans on, the Tennessee High coach, and the depth perception of Viking Hall is different than a regular high school gym. It affected his guys. They didn't score till a minute to go in the first quarter, and that's their home court. The Lady Cyclones up here last night, sir, went up here and ripped them for 13 threes. They obviously figured out how to shoot a Viking Hall because they lit them up last night.
Well, I thought our girls did a really good job of execution, and I thought we shared the basketball well. It makes my job a little easier when shots fall in, but, I thought our girls shared the ball extremely well. Found the open girl. We talked about that last couple of days, last couple of games. When defense starts collapsing, there's a girl somewhere open, and I thought our girls did a fantastic job. Our girls caught it in rhythm, catch and shoot, but that's just, I think it's preparation too. These girls put in a lot of time, shooting the basketball and, just want everything to be natural. And I thought it kind of showed, especially first quarter. I thought we shot it really well first quarter and just kept the pedal down.
Absolutely. 5 of the next 7 games will be at John Treadway Gymnasium, so the schedule very much benefits Elizabeth and down the stretch. We got one Friday night, Westridge coming to town. They're a big physical basketball team, and so you played them up there. What happened when you played them up there the first time around?
It's one of those games, as much like last night, I feel like, we shared the ball well. The thing with Westridge is they are big, long, athletic, strong. They're going to play a little 1-2-2, little 3-2 defense that can give you some fits. And up there especially, I thought we attacked, we found some weaknesses in that, and we started attacking it and, did some execution. Shots fail. I mean, that helps. But defensively up there, I thought we played extremely well, locking down. They got 2 really good post players, and when they play them both together, it's a hard matchup for anybody. Little high-low stuff that they run is really good, and I thought we did a good job up there taking some of that stuff away. And it'll be the same Friday night. They're going to try to attack you inside. We got to make sure we play good, solid defense. And I know they got beat last night by Science Hill, but they're playing extremely well.
Another lopsided victory for the Lady Cyclones allowed you to go deep into the bench last night and get that valuable playing time. What's that mean for you as a coach? What's that mean for these girls that come to practice every day and, didn't get to play much lately, but now the last couple of games get a chance to come off the bench and play? When I played, it gave me an extra spring in my step when I got to go to practice the next day knowing that I got, I played the night before. So what's that do for you as a coach and also for these girls to allow you, to go deep into the bench on these blowout victories?
Well, it just gives them some time to go against some good varsity competition, besides the girls that they're going against in practice. Gets them, to go against different schemes and stuff that they may not have saw in the JV game. Gets them used to the physicality and the speed of a varsity game. And just, gets to play on those big, we had a good crowd there last night. I thought Elizabeth fans traveled really well. There's a good Tennessee High crowd, so you get to play in front of crowds like that. It just kind of gets you going, gets you excited, and as for a coach, you just you get to see kind of where they're at, where they stand, and just get some valuable minutes that we can go and build on.
Also want to pay tribute to the cheerleaders. Elizabethton's cheerleaders were there for your game, and they were there for the boys' game. And of course, Tennessee had their cheerleaders there for the second game. But again, the Nanny sisters, Vanessa with the JV girls, and Victoria with the varsity girls cheerleaders, they go to every away game and they cheer the whole time. They're not over there just standing around. They cheer. I think for me, it's very pleasing to see that. I would think that the girls feed off of that, and the guys do in their games too. Do they not?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's just, a big testament of our school system.
Yep.
I feel like the athletic department is all one. Everybody's wanting everybody to succeed. And then, you talk about the girls, the cheerleaders there for both girls and boys.
Mm-hmm.
Even the JV cheer squad traveled yesterday. And I even told them during the JV girls game, I said, that says a lot to me. I told some of the girls, even the JV teams are, cheer squads are traveling for these games, and you don't see that a lot.
Yep.
So I just, I appreciate that. I know our kids appreciate that. And anytime you see some kids in orange and black, it just gets you excited.
Yep, that starts at the top with our superintendent, who is a birthday boy today, by the way. Mr. Van Us. So have you guys razzed him any at all about having a birthday today? Because I'm getting ready to.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to smoke him when I get off there. I'll send him a little tweak him with a little text to his birthday, to his cell phone, because he's a great guy and he really cares about the kids in the school system, and it shows. It's all about these young people, and it shows, and that's why Elizabethton City Schools are such a special place. So in closing here, 100 wins for Lucas Andrews, and, I know what you're going to say. It's all about the kids and all that, but still, you have an ego. We all have an ego. For you to get 100 wins for you, did you ever think, laying on your bed at night, being a player, a coach, you'd ever coach to the point of getting 100 wins as a girls basketball coach and you're a little guy?
No, not even close. Right. It's not even been a thought. And, like I told somebody last night this morning, that's a great accomplishment. It's a big accomplishment. I'm proud of it. But without the great players, outstanding players that I've had a privilege to coach, and the coaches that I've had the privilege to work with, that doesn't happen. That accomplishment's because of those people.
Yeah, that's true. You got a great wife who stands behind you. Some coaches don't always have that, but you have a great wife that's right there with you, understands time away. Of course, she's on the bench with you, and you are going to be parents here soon. And, of course, you got Gary Smith and Melinda Egoff and Gordo, so you got a great coaching staff. I didn't leave anybody off, did I? Got them all?
Nope.
Got them all.
You got them.
Yeah. Friday night's homecoming. Now, some of the girls, I've been told, are going to be in the homecoming court. Is that correct?
I feel like the whole team's in the homecoming.
So
we might not play a basketball game. We may just do homecoming.
Yeah. So
no, which is good. I mean, the student body voted for them, and that's good.
Yeah. So now, how's that going? Is it going to be between games? They get a chance to wear their dresses. They got to wear their uniforms out there in the homecoming court.
No, they'll be all dolled up.
Gotcha.
They'll be in those dresses. They're not going to miss that opportunity.
No, and we don't want them to. So, did they have homecoming first, and then the game? So, it'll be between the boys and girls games. Is that correct?
I think it's boys halftime.
Boys halftime. That's why. Okay, so the girls get done with their game.
Yeah, we got to have some time to get our, get everything fixed up, dolled up.
Hairspray and all that stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I have to hustle out of the locker room on homecoming night.
Yeah. Junior Campbell just sent me a thing that says, remember, Leon Tolley's been in the hospital. So I did not know that. So Coach Tolley's a little bit under the weather, had some surgery. Is that correct?
Yeah, had some surgery. Last time I heard it was last night. Gary told me, it seemed to be doing good. He's going to be in there for a couple of days just to monitor. So hopefully he gets back. He's tougher than a pine knot. He's done this before.
Yeah. I love Leon Tyler. He's a great guy. He is that dry sense of humor. He's a funny guy. So I'm glad.
Oh, yes. You should have played for him.
Oh, I can only imagine. Share with me something he was, Andrews, I can hear him his dry sense of humor. Give me something he told you one time when he was coaching or playing for him.
Oh, goodness. There's so much. Let's see. Leon was a little different back then when he was coaching middle school boys.
Yeah.
And he might get on me for telling this story, but
that's all right.
We wasn't playing too good. And then I've got a lot of stories. You don't have enough time on air.
Yeah, I do.
But we wasn't playing very well, and somebody had went in there and broke the handle off the stall in the bathroom in the boys' locker room. And, and this, I guess this probably leads in, respect for property and all that. But you know how middle school boys are. We wasn't going to tell nobody, and we definitely wasn't going to give up if we had done it. So we dressed in on the stage for the next month until somebody told him who did it.
Really?
So, yeah. And then one time a ball rack flew across the gym, and he said there was a draft when somebody opened the door. It just picked it up.
He coined the phrase.
A lot of stories.
First time I ever heard this phrase, I mean, I've heard since then, but the first time I ever heard it, he was telling me one of his teams he had on, it was like a year or so ago, he said, Tom, I'm just going to tell you, we couldn't play dead in a Western movie. That's the first time I heard anybody say that. I've heard it since then, but he has all these one-liners, and he's hilarious. So I'm glad he's doing better. He's a great coach, great man, and, of course, he's one of your mentors. Lucas Andrews, Friday night homecoming. Be there for the pretty girls and a really good basketball team. Christy Wallings bring to town for the Lady Wolves from Westridge High School. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, and we'll see you Friday night, and go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones, Tom. I appreciate you.
Yep, good man right there. Think the world of that gentleman right there. He is. I have a great big old framed picture in my home of the time we won the regional down at Granger High School. They all came up afterwards and gave me a piece of the net, and they all surrounded me, all the girls, and took a picture of him. And he blew it up and framed it and gave it to me. I wouldn't give $1 million for it. So he's a dear, dear friend. Thank you, sir. Talk to you Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Yep, good man right there again. Lucas Andrews, head basketball coach of the 4th-ranked Elizabethton Lady Cyclones. We'll close it out right after this timeout from one of our great sponsors, the good folks in Food City, on the Tom Taylor Sports.
The greatest labor-saving device of the 21st century is here. It's the revolutionary grocery delivery service from Food City, powered by Instacart. It's perfect for busy professionals, moms on the go, or anyone looking to have more free time. Just shop online for the same fresh meat, farm fresh produce, and all your grocery needs delivered straight to your door. Visit FoodCityDelivers.com.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Save half off or more throughout the store. Plus, get it now and you don't have to wait. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more. Plus 0% interest financing so you can pay it later. Now through Saturday at Cannon's Furniture in downtown Elizabethton.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted cheesy mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
Join us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. I can get Junior get on guys with that. We are to be his 1 and 2 says, keep me safe, O God. There we go. Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. Verse 2, I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing. That's awesome. You say it one more time. It is, keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. Apart from you, I have no good thing. Here you go. That's the verse of the day. Verse says, Psalm 16, 1 and 2. Good way to wrap it up. Thanks to Michael McMeans, head basketball coach at Tennessee High. Thank you, Andrews, head basketball coach of the Elizabethton 4th-ranked Elizabethton Lady Cyclones. Back with you tomorrow from Lingerfield Drug Center Tomorrow among the guests will be Rhonda Paulson from Isaiah 1:7. Forward to being with her then, and also Dr. Eric Carter from Lincolnville Drug Center. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Wrapping up show number 1779, as we always do, by saying, bloom where you're planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the show today from Chick-fil-A.